Martin Luther King Jr. was born on January 15, 1929, in Atlanta, Georgia. He emerged as a prominent figure and an influential leader in the American Civil Rights Movement during the 1950s and 1960s. King dedicated his life to fighting racial discrimination and segregation, advocating for equal rights for African Americans. His powerful speeches and nonviolent approach became the cornerstone of the movement, inspiring millions and leaving an indelible mark on the history of the United States. King's journey towards becoming a civil rights leader began in his childhood. Growing up in a middle-class family, he experienced firsthand the impact of segregation and racial inequality. Witnessing the injustices and discrimination faced by African Americans fueled his desire to bring about positive change. King's faith in God and his father's influence as a Baptist preacher played significant roles in shaping his beliefs and dedication to justice. After completing his education, King followed in his father's footsteps and became a minister. He led his congregation with a commitment to social justice, advocating for the rights of African Americans and challenging discriminatory practices. Inspired by Mahatma Gandhi's philosophy of nonviolent resistance, King adopted a similar approach in his activism, emphasizing the power of love and peaceful protests. In 1955, King emerged as a prominent figure in the civil rights movement when he led the Montgomery bus boycott. This protest aimed to end racial segregation on public transportation in Montgomery, Alabama. The boycott lasted for 381 days and ultimately resulted in the Supreme Court ruling that segregation on buses was unconstitutional. This victory marked a significant milestone in the fight against racial discrimination. As the civil rights movement gained momentum, King continued to play a pivotal role in organizing protests and marches that sought to address various injustices. The Selma to Montgomery marches in 1965, for example, aimed to secure African American voting rights. These marches faced violent opposition, with participants enduring beatings and arrests. However, their resilience and determination eventually led to the passage of the Voting Rights Act of 1965. King's most famous speech, often referred to as the "I Have a Dream" speech, was delivered during the historic March on Washington for Jobs and Freedom in 1963. This powerful address emphasized King's vision of racial equality and inspired a generation. His eloquent words and passionate delivery captivated the audience and stirred the emotions of individuals around the world. Tragically, King's life was cut short on April 4, 1968, when he was assassinated in Memphis, Tennessee. His untimely death shocked the nation and left a void in the civil rights movement. Nevertheless, his legacy and impact on America's history cannot be overstated. King's dedication to nonviolence, his tireless efforts for equality, and his ability to inspire millions continue to resonate and shape the ongoing fight for justice today.